Bannerlord can be a bit brutal when you're still learning the game, and honestly, some of the biggest mistakes are very simple ones. So in this video, I'm going to go over 5 Bannerlord mistakes I wish I knew earlier, because avoiding these can make your playthrough way easier. Let's get into it. One of the biggest mistakes in Bannerlord is recruiting too many troops right at the start. At first, it feels like having a massive army is the best way to stay safe, but early on, it usually just drains your money. You have got wages to pay, food to buy, and not much income coming in yet. So if you build your party out too quickly, you can end up broke before you have really done anything. It's usually better to keep a small group at the start, take easier fights, and build up your money before you start expanding properly. So yeah, more troops sounds good, but too early, it can actually really hurt you. The second mistake is taking bad fights just because they look possible. In Bannerlord, a fight can look manageable, but if your troops are weak, injured, or outnumbered, it can go wrong really quickly. Especially in the early game. One bad fight can mess up your whole start. You lose troops, you lose morale, lose time, and then you're spending money replacing everything you've just lost. So instead of taking every battle you see, try to be a bit more patient. Fight looters, weaker enemies, and battles that are actually in your favor. If a fight looks risky, it probably is. The third mistake is wasting money too early. When you first start making money in Bannerlord, it's really easy to spend it on random gear, extra troops, or things that don't actually help that much. But early game, money matters a lot. You need it for wages, food, upgrades, and just keeping your party alive. So buying expensive weapons or armor too early can slow down your progress way more than you realize. At the start, I think it's better to be a bit more boring with your money, keep your army going, keep food stocked, and only spend big when it actually helps you progress. The fourth mistake is ignoring tournaments. A lot of players skip them, especially early on, but tournaments can be one of the easiest ways to make money and get rewards. If you win, you can get items that are worth a decent amount, and that can really help early game. They are also just a good way to build up your character and be a bit more comfortable with combat. So whenever you're in a town, it's always worth checking if there's a tournament on. You don't have to win every time, but ignoring them completely is definitely a mistake. The fifth mistake is only thinking about what helps you right now, instead of what helps your campaign long term. A lot of new players just go from battle to battle without really building towards anything. But Bannerlord gets much easier when you start thinking a bit ahead. That could mean building up money, improving your troops slowly, getting better relationships, or preparing for bigger fights later. If you only focus on what's happening in the next 5 minutes, your campaign can start to feel messy. So even early on, it helps to have some kind of direction. You do not need to have some massive master plan, but having a basic goal makes a big difference. So those are 5 Bannerlord mistakes I really think are worth avoiding. Recruiting too many troops early, taking bad fights, wasting money, ignoring tournaments, and not thinking long term. A lot of these are simple mistakes, but they can slow down your campaign way more than you'd expect. If this helped, leave a like and subscribe for more Bannerlord videos.